72-55. Adkins goes to the line.
And shot at by Adkins, no good. Rebound by Counts, Brody Counts. Back out to Gabriel Counts. Three-pointer is good. 38 seconds to go.
Counts assist, Counts with the rebound, Counts with the shot, Counts more points. 72-58. 30 seconds left. Chris, do we hit 75?
No.
Denied access to 75. Compton's got the ball and is fouled on the play. Going to be on Gabriel Brown.
That's his first.
Well, you got 4 more to spend, so use them wisely.
This 21 seconds could take a while. It's already been a long game.
Very true.
Closing in on 10 o'clock now. Glad this was not the other night when we were in Abingdon.
Of course, whenever you have to work the next day, it's quick. Whenever I have to work the next day, that's when it's the extended.
Yeah, but you just have a, 10-minute drive home versus a 45-minute from Abingdon?
Yes, but I have to be at work at 7:45.
Oh!
So on a Saturday morning, but love the job, love helping people.
And that's why you make the big bucks. So, Compton's on the line. Shooting first shots up. No good.
My CPA, wherever he's at, is laughing hysterically at that comment. So, as Ridgeview's got the ball, 72-58. Do they get... And the shot's up, no good. Need a little more air than that. Shot is up, no good for Lucas Deal as Gate City will dribble the ball out. It's going to be 72-58 final. Gate City wins 3 of 4 here over Ridgeview at home. We'll take a quick break, come back, get everything wrapped up here. And we may have an interview or two. But again, we'll talk about the girls, the boys, and again, get your set ready for Science Hill tomorrow night as they come to Gate City. So again, you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports here on the James River Advisors postgame show. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Family owned for 3 generations, Broadwater Trading Company proudly supports Gate City High School and wishes the Blue Devils the best for a great upcoming season. Broadwater Trading Company is your local steel dealer, and they've got chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, outdoor power equipment, and much, much more, including farm equipment and supplies. So go by and see them today at 297 West Water Street, or give them a call at 386-6811. Again, that's 386-6811. Again, Broadwater Trading Company, proudly supporting Gate City Athletics.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio. Sports Radio.
Are you ready to retire? Or currently retired and unhappy with your investments? Are you looking for a retirement specialist that actually cares about you and your needs? Look no further than James River Advisors. Our local office in Gate City is manned by Edwin Cox, and he's ready to take care of all of your needs and believes in establishing deep, long-lasting relationships with our clients. He's ready to help you with financial planning, college planning, investments, and much, much more. So give him a call today at 276-690-8014. Again, 276-690-8014. He's located at 191 West Jackson Street in Gate City.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
And we're back here on the James River Advisors postgame show, 72-58. Gate City boys take care of business here tonight. So, as Mr. Carr, a lot of addition, his pencil.
My pencil ran out of lead. My ink pen's about to run out of ink. There was so much scoring tonight.
There was a lot of scoring, especially in that first half. It was a hot shooting team. Again, Ridgeview, give them credit, hung around. But again, just too many horses, as they would say, for Gate City. So let's talk a little bit about what we saw here tonight and get us through the stat line of the night.
Shall we start with offense or defense?
Defense wins championships. Let's go there.
Let's start the defense. For the rebounds, you got to give the edge to Gate City. 35 total rebounds compared to 27 for Ridgeview. I have Bradley Dean with 5 rebounds, 5 steals, and a blocked shot. Luke Reed, 3 rebounds and a steal. John Compton, 2 steals. Andrew Hensley, a couple steals. DeAndre Mack, kind of a quiet night for DeAndre. When he was in, he was all over the court, of course. Had him with 1 rebound. David George, 5 rebounds, 3 block shots. Drew Vermillion, a couple of rebounds. John Sally, 9 rebounds tonight.
There we go.
Really good game for the big guy. Matthew Ghost, 5 rebounds. Good game for Matt. Came off the bench and was an instant contributor. Zach Irvin, 6 rebounds, 2 steals. Had Gay City with a total of 12 steals compared to only 3 for Ridgeview. So we move over onto the offensive side. I've got Bradley Dean with 31 points tonight. 27 of those, though, came in the first half. Had 4 points in the second half. Andrew Hensley with 4 points. David George with 6. 2 big threes from David George.
There we go. Big man. Finally, he eyed the shot up. We talked about that earlier in the season. He didn't seem like he had the confidence to pull the trigger before the huge home crowd. They got behind him, and wow, he was like 2 for 3 from three-point land.
If we had been in Vegas and put some money down on those odds, supper would be on you tonight.
Of course, me being a Piston fan kind of reminded me of, yes, I'm going to say it, Bill Lambier. A Bill Lambier reference has made it into the show.
So now we need a face mask, a protective face mask, to go with Luke's hair.
We've got John Spider Sally. We've got our man Dennis Rodman, Luke Reed, and we've now got Bill Lambier. So anyway, sorry.
Let's continue on. Drew Vermillion had a couple of points. John Sally, again, in addition to the defensive effort, had 3 points on the night. Zach Irvin had a better second half. He wound up with 24 points. Matthew Ghost, 2 points coming in there in the first quarter. On the Ridgeview side of things, Gabe Counts, pretty decent night for the shooter. He had 25 points. Tyler O'Quinn had 7 before he fouled out, and Brody Counts had 14. Nick Phillips had 3. Austin Mullins had 2. Gabriel Brown had 5, and Trenton Adkins had a couple. Adkins was a starter. I was kind of wanting to keep an eye on him tonight, but that early foul trouble he got into, I think it really limited him tonight.
Yeah, he wasn't the same player after that first 2 minutes. Again, he picked up those 2 quick fouls, went to the bench, kind of got cold, if you will, and again, wasn't the dynamic player that we all used to. So,
but how much of that do we credit to Gay City's defense?
A lot. I'm going to credit all of it.
The stifling defense.
He's got stymied.
Stymied.
So.
Perplexed.
Awesome.
Bumfuzzled, as it were.
Ooh. Also, beep. Never mind. Anyway, 72-58. Big night again for Gate City. Again, 3 out of 4. We almost swept the night again. The girls came up just a little bit short against Ridgeview. Couldn't overcome that big lead. And again, as we move forward. So now let's turn the page a little bit. Again, you talk about, though, the conference schedule or in the conference lineup. Gate City now 6-0 for the boys in conference play. Again, they go the back half of the schedule. They've got Lehigh coming up next. For the girls, again, they've got 2 non-conference games in a row, Science Hill and Sullivan East. They are now 3-3 with 6 games to play left in conference. Big wins, big games coming up again for the Lady Devils. So we'll take a little bit turn back. It was just a few days ago, 12/21 of, again, last year, whenever Gate City and Science Hill met over at next to Freedom Hall in Johnson City.
Well, Joe, I was just thinking about tomorrow's game, and we commented at the Arby's Classic when Dobbins Bennett was playing that there were some Science Hill people in the stands, and the last home game Gate City had here, there were some Science Hill players watching. I hope they don't, but I'm afraid they're going to take a playbook out of the Dobbins Bennett defensive scheme and really come after Urban and Dean.
And they've got the athletes to do it. We talk about that as well. It's something for like the Eagles and the Saints this weekend to say, oh, well, the Eagles just got to stop the offense.
You just had to rub that in that the Eagles are playing again.
Yeah, that did. So, you talk about that. It's a lot easier to say, oh, we're just going to stop Drew Brees. I mean, it's a lot easier said than done.
Well,
so.
I think maybe Science Hill didn't take Gay City seriously that first game.
Well,
But given the fact that they've made a point to come out and study Gay City for at least 2 games that we've seen people for, I think Science Hill is going to be a little more prepared tomorrow. So we need this place to be hostile.
And I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. There was some rumblings. Again, the Science Hill Dobbins-Bennett rivalry is real. They don't like each other. They don't like the aspect that Gate City went over and beat Science Hill. And then Dobbins-Bennett won in the Arby's. Science Hill doesn't want to be swept by a team that Dobbins-Bennett beat. So that's kind of a pride factor as well. Again, as they set up and again play coming up here in just a few weeks.
Well,
as well.
as I've said before, I've had people I work with asking me about this game coming up tomorrow, and again, I want Gate City to realize all of Kingsport is a Blue Devil tomorrow night.
Well, we hope so, and we want everybody here. Talking really quick, again, for recap, it was when the girls played, it was ugly, and there's no other way to say it. 56-20 was the loss that the Lady Devils took. Again, Jaden Fullen had 6 points that game. Samantha Gerald had 4. Sarah Thompson had 4. Riley House-Strout had 3. And again, we'll have to do a follow-up to see exactly what happened with her, why she was in street close tonight. But again, it was a huge night for Science Hill. Now, on the boys' side, though, it was a little bit different story. Again, they came out, Gate City jumped out to that 22-10 advantage after the first quarter. It was 49-30, and of course, Science Hill went on a big run, closed it within single digits, but then again, they pulled away late, 88-73. Again, Bradley Dean had 26 in that game, 49 for Zach Irvin in that ball game, and of course, there wasn't much scoring from anybody else. Drew Vermeer had 6, Luke Reed had 4, John Compton had 4, but David George has started to find his stroke, as they say. But you've also got, again, a Jacob Hicks that started to contribute as well. So now we're starting to get some more scoring. Can they double up and triple up like they will? They probably have seen like Dobbins-Bennett played.
Well, I would like to see at least that margin of victory tomorrow. My spidey sense is tingling, though. I think Science Hill's going to come loaded for bear. I think it may be a closer game.
So if you're out there and you're listening to us, make plans to be here, but also make plans to download the Spreaker app so you can listen to our broadcast as we go through. Simultaneously.
Another concern I've got for tomorrow, though, the girls have just kind of been in a funk lately. Let's hope they can break out of it, because Science Hill will be all over them if they don't.
The scheduling gods, as they say, wasn't really kind, this early portion of January. Again, when you're taking on teams like they are, a lot of powerful teams in this non-conference schedule. Sullivan East is a very good basketball team in terms of the girls, and of course they got to play them on Tuesday before they go back into conference play with Lehigh coming up next week. So anyway, we'll leave it at that. And again, we do certainly want to appreciate everybody out there that listens to us and all the support that you give us through all of our social media outlets. And we do, again, appreciate you. Again, for all those, make sure you go to RexCarterForSheriff.com. Again, officially announcing his candidacy. Of course, that's my brother over in Washington County, Virginia.
Well, let me interrupt you for a minute. You claim him as your brother. Does he claim you?
No. Yeah, you're voting for him. You're not voting for me. So, I don't want to, that... Don't when you look at him, think of him. Don't think of me. So anyway, again, safe travels.
Don't hold that against him.
Definitely so. Safe travels to my family that went over to Bristol again for that great event, and of course to my family. It's down at TCTC. Got word just a few moments ago. They had a great first session. Again, over 5,000 young people there. In the service, and again, we do appreciate the well wishes and safe travels for them. So,
hey, Joe, let me ask you this. Last thing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just had a thought because I don't know the answer to this.
Ooh.
Is tomorrow super?
Tomorrow is a super.
And do we know a start time for that first game?
Believe it's going to be either 3:30 or 4. Now, of course, when we played at Science Hill, it was a 3:30 start. Now, of course, the school was in session. This is a Saturday game, so we'll have to get confirmation. Again, we'll try to do that here in just a few moments. And I'll post that on our Facebook, our Twitter, everywhere that we normally do. our social media. So make sure that you tune in for that and follow us again on all of our social media outlets. Again, over 7,000 of